Hey, everyone, Anthony Aries here with Mr. Mario Brown. How's it going, Mario?
Hey man, doing good, doing good. Glad to be here.
Awesome. I'm super excited to have Mario on the call. This is actually our first ever official interview together. We've known each other for some time. I'm really excited that I was able to get this guy on the phone. He's a mover, a shaker. He's got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm super grateful that he's been able to carve out some time for us and talk a little bit about some of the exciting things he has going on. And if you all don't know who Mario Brown is, I urge you to stick with us through this interview. He's got a great story, and he's also going to let us know what he's got going on in his life. He's got something very exciting going on that I believe is going to help you. I'm excited about it, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that too. And I figured, internet marketing is a tough business when you're getting started. You're all alone in your home. There's so much information. There's so many things you have to master. You have to master SEO. You have to master PPC, list building, and email marketing, and so many crazy things. And when we're getting started, it's overwhelming. And sometimes I believe inspirational stories like Mario's can help you push through to get to the other side, because it's important for you to know that you're not alone in this journey, that there are other people that are going through what you're or have gone through what you're going through right now and have pushed through and have become very successful like Mario. And Mario's got a great story, and I figured, it would be cool if you could spend a little bit of time telling people about, where you came from, Mario, and how you got started, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a pleasure actually, and I try to keep it short. I was born actually in the States, but grew up in Germany. And in a nutshell, man, the short version is that my mother really struggled with drugs. She was a heavy abuser back then. They put me in a foster home, but it's all a long time back. Back then I thought it's like the worst thing in the world. Turns out now looking back at it, it was the best thing because it helped her to become clean. For more than 15 years now, I went, I got a good school education because of that. And then when I was about 26 years old, I moved actually to Ecuador, of all places. Okay, that's where I met my wife. And after 7 months, man, running out of cash, I came to the States and found a job in a hotel in South Beach, actually, on Collins Avenue. And true story, was working night shifts there. And after 3 months, I had enough cash to buy a laptop. And I opened it up, man. And after a while, I said, how to make money online. And that's how I got started, man. I wish I could tell you it was all a dream since then.
Right.
But I had the same fears and struggles, man, that everyone has when you start a new business.
And so you went from Germany to Ecuador to Miami, and
Yeah.
you just decided one day to look up how to make money on the internet?
Yeah, I was working night shift and I was wasting time watching movies. And I said wow, I came to the States with a reason, I wanted to make some money, go back to Ecuador and open a language school there. So I said, let's do something. And I said, open up Google and said how to make money online. And that's how I learned about internet marketing and things like that. And since then, man, that's 5 years ago, I've, started multiple businesses, man. I get invited right now to speak on stages. I do my own events. I have mastermind groups, high-end coaching, Facebook programs. I mean, I've come a long way, man. It's been an amazing journey.
You have. It's unbelievable. Like everywhere I look, you've got something exciting going on, and you've got a big Facebook group with over 2,000 people on it, and you provide a lot of value. But let me just go a little bit. Like after you searched how to make money online, that didn't just happen. Like
Yeah.
you didn't just all of a sudden wake up and have all these amazing businesses, right? There was, I'm sure, some
Oh.
struggle that went through that, right?
Yeah. For about, I say about 3 months it took me, man, of just buying product after product, and I didn't implement, man, the typical thing. I got totally overwhelmed. My English wasn't too good, so I had to learn the vocabulary of internet marketing.
Yep.
And man, didn't do anything, didn't implement, just learn and learn and learned, and it was frustrating. And then the big change was a live event where I went to, and where I saw some of the gurus speaking, and some of the younger guys, they invited me for lunch, and they paid for my lunch. They told me what they do, and I was like, wow. They were regular guys, and I was like, if they can do it, I can do
Right.
it. And then I went home and I created my first product. I put it up in the Warrior Forum, and it was a success. I told people, I'm not the best when it comes to writing sales letters, but this is my story. This is what I got, and they loved it. And since then, and I just kept going and using that momentum.
Nice. So if someone was like you, that is right now, they're in that stage where they just got started and they're struggling,
Mm-hmm.
what advice could you give them? I mean, you've been through it. You've been through it all. You've built a very successful local business. You've built a very successful product creation business. You're amazing on
Yep.
webinars. You've got like an unbelievable Facebook following. You know, you've got all these things going on. Would you say that it's probably a mistake for people to try to do all those things at once? What would be like some really good advice for someone who's trying to break through to get to where you are?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me in the beginning was definitely the overwhelming that I tried to do things perfectly. So I have this saying that I always share, you know, you have to take imperfect action or massive imperfect action. And that's, I think, my biggest teaching point with my students is that if you try to be perfect, if you try to create the perfect book, the perfect PDF, the perfect video training, man, it might never happen, you know, and a lot of people use that as an excuse. So once I started, you know, implementing imperfect action, man, my first WSO on the workform was terrible, man. The PDF was terrible. I didn't have a good automated process. It was imperfect, but I tell you what, I had some results coming in, and later on I made it better. And even right now, man, when I do webinars or when I do a launch, nothing of the stuff that I touch, man, seriously, is perfect at all. But you know what? I put it out there, get some results, and then I kind of adjust. So first thing I would say, pick one thing. Don't try to be perfect. Don't wait till it's, you know, ready, and move a little bit earlier. And that's the first advice that I would give, Anthony. And secondly, absolutely what you said. Pick one industry, one thing that you want to do, and just go hardcore with it. Like, I mean, hustle. Like, I'm a hustler, man. Like, if I set a goal, as you know, I go all in and I work on it until I have it. So, and then I try to zone everything out. Easier said than done. I get distracted, man, you know, but still, I still come back on track. And that's, I think, the biggest advice I can give in that regard.
And folks, you know, I really want this to resonate with you, like what Mario said about imperfect action. That's really, really important. And like, let's take this on a bigger scale. I could talk to you about $1 billion company, right? Let's think about this for a second. Microsoft, right? We all use Microsoft. Bill Gates did not wait till Windows is perfect. To this day, Microsoft Windows has updates all the time, right? So they just took imperfect action. They just got Microsoft Windows out. He didn't care. And, you know, it gets updated to this day. So that should be a great example and a great analogy to make you realize that, you know, it doesn't take guys like us to take imperfect action. There are big billion-dollar companies that are taking imperfect action. So it's really important because I think when we do that, when we take imperfect action and when we take any kind of action that puts us out of our comfort zone is when the magic happens. You know, I learned that from Chris Winters. It's like, you know, stepping out of the comfort zone is when the magic happens, and he's really, really good at that. The guy's a master at doing that, and you know, it's hard to do if it's your first product or, you know, but you have to understand it. Just do it, and then like, it's like after you've done something, you realize, oh my God, that wasn't that bad, and then you do it again and again, and it becomes easier and easier, and then it's like second nature. So.
That's exactly what happened to me, man. My first webinar, man, I was sweating. I was like scared. My first product launch on the Warrior Forum, you know, back then, like 5 years ago. Even right now, trying, you know, to do bigger launches or to do my first live event, whatever it is, man, I have the same fears that anyone has. If you have to do something for the first time, like everything is kind of hard in the beginning.
Yep.
But then, like what you said, once you get used to it, it's like the fourth and the fifth and the sixth webinar. Then it becomes easier, and you have to be comfortable with, you know, being uncomfortable, so to speak. You know, that's a saying that I like. If you can get used to being uncomfortable, you will always grow. And just like you do, man, we always try to do bigger things, you know, something that scares us, but even it's just one step closer until you hit a winner, you know. That's kind of my mentality.
Exactly. As far as focus, right? When you say focus, do you think it's good for people to focus on, like, for example, product creation or like list building? When you mean focus, is that what you mean? Like focus on maybe just SEO or like, because it's so hard, there's so many things, you know? What would you recommend, like when you say focus, is that what you mean? Like, or do you mean like focus, like if you're going to focus on a traffic source, you know, focus on just SEO, don't focus on pay traffic in SEO. Is that what you mean? Like that kind of focus?
Yeah, I, you know, it's true for everything, man, however you want to put it. I mean, just in the beginning, if you set your mind on list building, if that's what you want to do, then really commit to it 100% and try to do nothing else but that and just go with it. Now, there's different ways to build a list, you know, so you could focus specifically in these as well.
Correct.
But I think the first thing that people should focus on is like a goal. I like to set my goals really high. And then, you know, just hustle and hustle and hustle. And sometimes it's important that you look back, though. Like I burned out a couple of times in my internet marketing career because I just hustled and I didn't take the time to stop, look back at the journey and actually enjoy and celebrate
Yep.
the success. Because as an entrepreneur, you get so into the nitty gritty, man, and you get burned out sometimes. I had to take a break to Germany and just refresh, So, but to answer your question, yeah, I mean, like pick one topic. Is it product creation, affiliate marketing? Is it list building? And just go with it with like obsession,
Yep. Yep.
Look, if succeeding with internet marketing was easy, man, everyone would be
Of
succeeding with
course.
it. But
Of
most
course.
people don't. So it's not easy. I don't believe it's a game, man. Copywriters, they write copy, they want to make you believe it's so easy. But I believe, man, it's not easy at all. It
No.
actually takes serious commitment, man, and blood and sweat and tears if you really want to make, a difference with your internet marketing business. That's how I feel about it, man.
And you have to be good at saying no to certain opportunities. You have to be good, which is a really challenging thing to do because we're all opportunity seekers. I'm an opportunity seeker. You're an opportunity seeker.
Yep.
And we like opportunities. So it's about saying no to the wrong opportunities and saying yes to the right opportunities. And in this case, what Mario is saying, the right opportunity would be like focus, like figure out what you want to focus on and say yes to those opportunities. Like list building as an example. If I was new and I didn't want to, and I wanted to get started and I was going to get into list building and I was like not into doing products, then I would figure out the solo ad game. And
Yep.
I would get really good at the solo ad game and figuring out how to buy solo ads and how to build my list with solo ads and then start marketing affiliate products with the list that I've built through solo ads. And that's just focusing on that one thing. You could create a very successful business. There are people that make a lot of money just doing solos and promoting affiliate products to them.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
and I just want to clarify that because it's really important. The focus is very important.
Yeah, I think it's almost the most important thing, man. If you gotta pick one thing and just run with it, and don't treat it as a hobby, man. It was so that once I stopped treating it as a hobby and really see this like, my existence, my wife's existence, her family in Ecuador, my family in Germany, like they depend on that. Like that was my new mindset. So if you're not hustling your ass off right now, then you strong a reason why you are in this game, And once I started focusing more on, okay, I want to help my mother pay off her debt. I want to help my family in the States, my wife's family in Ecuador. Now I was like, wow, if I don't, get this rolling, these guys, they going to be dependent on me, So that's kind of like what helped me a little bit, just putting things in perspective. And it's not just money, but worrying more about how can you take care of your loved ones and things like that. Does that make sense?
That's a great driver, man. We all need a big why sometimes, and that's a great why. Helping your family is a great why. So yeah, no, makes sense, man. That's awesome. So I would love for you to tell people about what you have going on now, and I'm very excited about what you have going on now because as a person who is a business owner, I am always looking to generate new leads for my business, and I've used YouTube to do it. I've used Google to do it. And now I'm starting to learn how to use Facebook to do it. I've ignored it forever. I just never got it. But recently I've started to understand Facebook, and I do have to give credit. I do have to give credit to Don Wilson because if it wasn't for him, he's been telling me forever, dude, you got to get your ass on Facebook. And he's the one that fueled my fire. So I got to give him credit for that. And many thanks to Don for doing that. And now that I'm freaking hooked. And so, it's good stuff, and I'm really grateful for it. And I saw some of the amazing things that you were doing with Facebook for your business and how you're generating leads for your business with Facebook.
Yep.
And some of the retargeting campaigns that you've got going on and some of the amazing things that you've got going on. So I was hoping you could talk a little bit about that because, at the end of the day, it's about traffic and conversions equals money. We get that. But, the part that people don't understand is that the traffic and the conversions are like leads that if the leads aren't coming in all the time, you're screwed. And Facebook is where it's at right now because that's where everybody is. Everybody's on Facebook. Our customers are on Facebook, and it's a great way to like for example, in some of the campaigns I've been doing, I can't email people 5 times a day, but I can have my ads all over Facebook, as much as possible, and people aren't going to get as annoyed as if my mom doesn't want to hear from me 5 times a day on email. You know what I mean? Like if I emailed my mom 5 times a day, she'd be
Yeah.
like, Anthony, get a life. You know what I mean? But on Facebook, you can market to your audience, you can market to your customers on Facebook, and it's an exciting place to be right now. And I still don't know a lot about Facebook. There's still more that I need to learn about Facebook, and I'm real excited about what you have going on, because you're putting out like an A to Z training on Facebook. And could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll do that. Give me just one second, man. I have to open the door here real quick. I'm back in one
Sure, no
second. I'll
problem.
let you know. 1 second, yeah.
No
So
problem.
I'm back.
This is good. This is it. This is a real world. People knock
Oh
on
yeah, that's
doors.
the real world. My wife just knocked on the door here. So basically, I'm just like you, man. I got super excited about Facebook, and I neglected it for a very long time. When I did an event about a year ago, I used Facebook for the first time, like really aggressively, and it helped me like tremendously when it comes to positioning, getting people to sign up for my live event, branding in the industry. I was like, wow, this is powerful stuff, because now everyone knew me because of my Facebook ads. And, like you said, all our prospects, they hang out on Facebook all day.
Yep.
It's like, think about it, man. Like, I'm just shocked when you think about the fact that you can get in front of like billions of people like that, man.
Yep.
Like, that was never possible like that. Like, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people. You just put up one ad and you can reach them, like targeted, qualified leads. So, what I then did is, as I have a coaching program and I have a couple of things that I like to promote and sell, I was like, okay, JB traffic is great, but you know what? What if I can fill my programs with Facebook? And I pay for it. I do, create some paid traffic and fill my webinars, sell my events, fill my coaching program. So that's what I started doing, Anthony. And I tested and I tweaked and I saw what's working for other people. And I'm sure you saw some of my ads and it's working well for me. Yes, I have to invest some money, but the return of investment so far has been really great. And man, I've built my business around this system, and I'm not making a secret out of that. I learned something, I see the opportunity, I massively implement, I get results, I do all the hard work, and then I show other people the results that I've gotten. So now everything that I learned about creating your ads, the copywriting, the landing pages, how do you get the best leads, what gives you the best conversion rates for beginners, step by step.
Yep.
How do you get started? How do you pick a niche and things like that? I've put it all into a massive training right now that shows them exactly what I did to go kind of from zero to the results that I'm having right now, which is to get the leads, do coaching programs. And yeah, I've put it all in FB Masterclass, a product that I'm launching right now. And it is very real world based. I mean, there's lots of case studies in there. And, for the beginners, I have all the theory, the step by step. And for the advanced people, I show them all the ninja tricks that a lot of people love too.
Yep. You know what's exciting about Facebook for a newbie or someone getting started is you don't need a lot of money to get a campaign going. Like, I've been doing Google paid traffic since 2002. And, I remember back then, the clicks weren't expensive. They were cheap because it was still kind of new. But I knew when I was doing it for my real estate business, I knew that they were just going to go up. I knew that there was no way that it wasn't going to go up because, it was like, it's a vertical situation and you pay to be on the top.
Yeah.
Well, with Facebook, it doesn't work like that. Ads are based on targeting and there's just so many different combinations that you can do, and you can get started for as little as $10 a day. You could get some campaigns going. And I just did a campaign this past week for a Facebook product. It was a Facebook WSO, and I spent $14 on the ads, and I brought in $100. So the return on investment, if you think about it, is what is that? 500%, right? $13, and I got back $100. It's like 500% return on investment.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I mean, I know it's not like money that's gonna like make me super rich, but it's just like you just work on those a little bit, more and more and more, and little things lead to big things. And I'm sure you're gonna show folks how to do that kind of stuff inside FB Masterclass.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do that. And you made a couple of good points here. I also want to, one thing that I learned, man, with what you just said is so important, where you can get started for $5, $10 a day. I mean, literally, if people tomorrow don't go to Starbucks and they take the same money and put in an ad, they can reach, thousands of people, and you
Yeah.
can drive them to a squeeze page, you can drive them to an offer, however, whatever you want to do with these leads, however you want to monetize them. But that's kind of the stuff that I walk people through. So it's not just like the mechanics of getting your ads up and running. I'm going to cover all of that, but I really go nitty gritty into understanding paid traffic. What's the best sales funnel and marketing funnel that you can have in place? What are the best landing pages that are working for me? And, with the people that I work with, what's, gives me the best conversion rates, retargeting really specifically, custom audiences. So it's not so much about 1 cent clicks and then selling t-shirts and stuff. I cover a little bit of that, but this is more really understanding paid traffic, and specifically with Facebook, and mastering it,
To build a big business, to build a business.
Yeah, and what I learned is, man, the more you can charge for your services, the more obviously success you will have with Facebook stuff. If you charge $7 for your product, your return on investment was not going to be as big. But if you can step it up a little bit and charge $100, $200, just like that, if you do a coaching program, your return on investment can be actually really significant on that.
Yep. No, that's awesome stuff, man. And it's if you're thinking about getting started on internet marketing, or you're new and you're stuck and you've tried SEO and you're frustrated with Google and all the changes that are going on, you should really consider looking at what Mario has got coming up with FB Masterclass, because it's going to show you how to get started without all the frustration of SEO. And I use SEO in my business, but it can be very frustrating. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but if you're looking to get some quick results, or if you're looking to test out an offer, if you can get an offer to convert on Facebook, then you go launch an SEO campaign on it, because it'll easily convert an SEO. So like, you can get some quick results with Facebook. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And it's great because Mario's going to show you how to do this from A to Z. One of the things that I want to let you all know watching this, if you decide to get FB Masterclass through one of the links on this video, there'll be a link over here. If you decide to get FB Masterclass through that link, it's my affiliate link. I'm going to actually give you some of my Facebook case studies. I'll show you a few products that I've promoted through Facebook. One was a $250 product, and I did direct linking campaigns, and I doubled my money on that. I'll show you the one that I just did. There was another one that I did that I spent, I think it was maybe $300 or $400, and that one brought in $3,300. So I'll actually give you all those campaigns. I'll give you the ads. I'll give you the ad copy. I'll log into my account and show you everything, so you can see exactly what I did and what the products are and what my thought process is. So you can get some additional stuff to help you with FB Masterclass. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. We've been on for about 20 minutes. Is there anything else that you want to add that we missed out on? I really appreciate you taking the time to talk about what you got going on and some of the amazing things you have going on. And
yeah, no, it's great to be here, and I appreciate the case studies that you have there as a bonus. I mean, what I want to add to it is that with Facebook, man, the way I look at it is really that I think kind of history repeats itself. So with Google AdWords back then, in the beginning, it was very easy. You could get cheap clicks, but then over the years, it got more and more difficult.
Yes.
And right now, I really believe this in my heart, man. I think we as marketers, we have like about 1 to 2 years where we can really crush it right now with Facebook, really get the cheap clicks, really take advantage of it before it gets saturated and very difficult. So I really believe that right now is the real time. And I just want to say, this works for affiliate marketers, for local marketers. If you want to sell high-end coaching, if you want to sell a $10 product, or just build a list on Facebook. With Facebook traffic, again, you can reach thousands just like that. So I think with that, I want to wrap it up.
Yeah, because everybody's there. Our prospects are there. Our customers there. The whole world is on. And I just read something the other day. The average person is spending 6 hours a day on Facebook. I remember not too long ago, it was like 30 minutes a day a few years ago. It's gone up tremendously. 6 hours a day on Facebook. Think about that. And you can get in front of these people, and you can bring them into your funnel, and you can bring them into your sphere, and you can build a really good business from that. So I want to wrap it up with that too. Awesome video. Yours for Prosperity. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to meeting you someday in the future. Talk soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.